Welcome once again to our YouTube channel. So that was the indefinite integral question for today. Though it's a simple question, but see, the method of substitution according to me is one most important method in indefinite integral. Okay, so that's why I decided to pick up this question. I found it to be a decently good question. Why? Because see, if you get the idea, it's a very simple question. But if you keep looking at it and trying several things else without hitting the correct method, so it could be a trouble. So the trouble is because of square root, a biquadratic within square root, bachcho. Okay, now the first thing I tried in this question, the first thing was to take x square common. See, the idea was there to since it's a biquadratic, and we have already seen in questions that whenever you have a biquadratic expression in denominator with only three terms, biquadratic term, quadratic term and a constant term. So the idea is that to convert it to x square plus 1 by x square, and then see, actually that was the idea in my mind, and then converting it to perfect square form. You remember that, bacho? Either of these forms, isn't that? Okay, that was the idea. So I continued with that. So let's do it. So I took x square common from square root. So we have x out of it. So x is power 4 minus 1 upon x cube into square root of x is power 4 plus x square plus 1 and with respect to x. Okay. But the moment I observed it, I left everything else. Oh, sorry. Just a minute. Sorry here, because this will be yeah. So it will be x square after taking common x square. This is what you will get. Okay. So I left that idea of converting it to a perfect square using one of those two forms. Okay. Rather, I took x cube to the numerator. So what do I get then? So we get there. So x is power 4 upon x cube is x, of course, and then minus 1 upon x cube. And then I looked at this term here, bachcho, dx. Okay, now look at it. If I replace x square, see, method of substitution, that's what I say, it's one, and one most important method in indefinite integral. Now differentiating both the side, 2x minus 2 by x cube dx is dt. So you have x minus 1 by x cube times dx in the numerator. So x minus 1 by x cube dx is nothing but half dt, bachcho. So what's the integral therefore? So therefore the integral we get is half times dt over root t. So what's the integral? So half times, so it will be half by half, no? 2 root t, if I am not wrong. So that's what we get there, and then you have to just put the value. So that's the answer here, bachcho. So a simple one, if we get across this situation, that's it. Okay, once we observe that we are going to get it, and then we can observe that if I replace this by a variable, its derivative is sitting in the numerator. It's a very simple question. So that was yet another question on indefinite integration for today, bachcho.